Help!
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 famous movie scenes with and without special effects.
Come on, Tom. Let's finish this the way we started it.
Together!
For this list, we'll be looking at some scenes from well-known films and comparing them to what they looked like before special effects were added. Since many of these scenes involve plot points, some spoilers are ahead. If there's a great cinema scene you think is fascinating without CGI, digitally enhance our comments section with your favorites. Number 10. T-Rex Attack. Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park changed the game when it came to its groundbreaking digital effects.
Clever girl.
And thanks to its heavy use of practical animatronics, its computer-generated imagery still holds up today. Perhaps the movie's most iconic scene is when the T-Rex escapes from its cage and goes on a rampage in the rain. Although close-up shots generally use the animatronic T-Rex torso, wider shots tend to be CGI. The part where the massive dino tears into the Jeep, for example, was achieved through digital effects, while the kids crawling out of the car was filmed separately on a blue screen and then composited with the dinosaur. And real or not, that roar still gives us chills.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
Number 9. Hanging off the helicarrier capsule. Deadpool. The finale of this hilarious superhero film sees the titular anti-heroic mercenary saving his love, Vanessa, from atop a downed helicarrier.
Ah! Damn it! Maximum effort!
Unfortunately, during the battle, DP's ally Negasonic Teenage Warhead destabilizes its supports, bringing the huge ship crashing to the ground. Deadpool puts Vanessa in a capsule that was meant to kill her to give her some protection from the fall and also hangs off the edge when it gets caught.
I got a plan! You're not gonna like it!
While Ryan Reynolds, or a stuntman in his dashing red suit, hangs off a real set piece, the ground below was not a junkyard, but instead a green screen matted floor. Reynolds may be more handsome than Deadpool now, but he and his stunt person aren't quite as durable.
Don't worry! I'm totally on top of this!
Number 8. Voldemort's Death. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. The Dark Lord in general takes a lot of special effects and makeup to create, but Voldemort's death especially involved quite a bit more than practical ones could achieve. During Moldy Voldy's final duel with Harry, the villain's killing curse rebounds onto him. Instead of just his physical body dying like all his victims, and like he did in the book, Voldemort dissolves into wisps. Before effects were added, actor Ralph Fiennes gave his dramatic death throes with tracking dots on his face. Then effects gave him Voldemort's snake nose and creepy skin texture. More CG work was used to create the images of Voldemort's face dissolving. The final product is one of the more disturbing villain deaths in recent memory.
Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who deserve it.
Number 7. Belle and Beast's Dance. Beauty and the Beast. Regardless of the version, the dance sequence between Belle and Beast is the highlight of Beauty and the Beast.
Well, I saw her in the ballroom and said, "You're making everything look so beautiful, we should have a dance tonight." I never imagined she'd actually say yes.
As the theme tune is sung, the duo engages in a romantic twirl around a ballroom with stunning costumes. However, given that the Beast is created through CGI, the scene doesn't have quite the same magic when you see it before the effects were added in.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
Actor Dan Stevens dressing up in a big padded gray suit and wearing utterly inexplicable stilt shoes may be necessary to get the beast's dimensions and walk right for the VFX team. But that doesn't make it any easier to contain our laughter at seeing behind-the-scenes videos of the iconic dance.
I haven't danced in years. I'd almost forgotten the feeling.
Number 6. Bear Attack, The Revenant. Speaking of beasts, how about them bears?
Henry, there's a $70 bonus from the Rocky Mountain Fur Company to the 2 men that stays back with Glass to see this through.
Most of the events of The Revenant happen because Trapper Hugh Glass is mauled by a bear while hunting game. It's a harrowing and disturbing sequence, made even more so by how realistic it feels. The fight scene was achieved through plenty of makeup and prosthetics to simulate Glass's numerous wounds, but the bear itself took plenty of VFX. A lot went into getting its musculature and movement correct, including multiple models and studying live bears. The mauling was done on set using a large stunt double in a blue bear costume. Even behind the scenes, the crew were concerned that actor Leonardo DiCaprio was actually getting hurt.
You passed out. I'm gonna take advantage and stitch up his neck. Let me see.
Number 5. Davy Jones and Crew, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Perhaps the most striking villain from the Pirates of the Caribbean films is Davy Jones.
Do you feel this? Do you feel that dark abyss?
He and his crew eventually took on the attributes of sea creatures, which is honestly pretty handy for them, considering the Flying Dutchman can travel underwater. Still, since creating their forms through makeup and prosthetics would be rather complicated, they're realized through visual effects.
Do you not fear death?
I'll take my chances, sir.
To the depths.
While on set, actor Bill Nye and company wore all gray motion tracker suits, headbands, and dots on their faces so that they could be digitally replaced later. It looks kind of silly, but Nye's performance is so commanding that he's still intimidating even if he doesn't have an octopus face.
We made the decision on this film to cast actors to play the parts, and they're in the shots playing the characters, and we're going to put our CG versions over the top of them.
Liar!
Number 4. The Throne Room. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. In The Last Jedi, Supreme Leader Snoke confronts a captured Rey in his throne room.
I did not expect Skywalker to be so wise. We will give him and the Jedi Order the death he desires.
Using the Force, he lifts Rey and tortures her. Naturally, Andy Serkis doesn't have Force powers, and Rey being lifted through the air was achieved through wires, which were then removed digitally in post-production.
Such spunk. Look here now.
Snoke, meanwhile, was created by Serkis performing in a mocap suit and tracking dots, which allowed his sinister performance to shine through all the CGI. Andy Serkis is going to deliver a phenomenal performance, whether it's his actual face on screen or not. Even the pre-Viz version is chilling.
Young fool. It was I who bridged your mind.
Number 3. Titan Fight, Avengers Infinity War. One of the biggest fight scenes in this massive Marvel movie sees the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy face off with Thanos on the planet Titan.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
I think you'll find our will equal to yours.
Although large portions of the battle are CGI, since it's an alien planet with tons of massive ruins, the up-close and personal bits needed the actors on set.
Well.
You should have killed me.
Would have been a waste of parts.
On a rough patch of set constructed and painted to look like the Stone of Titan, the actors and stunt people worked hard to sell the battle just as hard as the VFX team, with wire work for the bigger leaps and falls. Thanos' setup is quite involved too, as actor Josh Brolin had to wear a rig with a picture of Thanos mounted on it to give actors the right eye line.
The big two, Thanos versus Iron Man. This is the showdown. This is what it's all about. This is what the whole movie's leading up to right here.
Number 2. Bullet Dodge, The Matrix. The Matrix is one of the most influential films when it comes to VFX.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
As tempting as it was to discuss Neo's subway fight with Agent Smith, we couldn't give this entry to anything but that iconic rooftop moment. In the scene, Neo is shot at by one of the deadly agents. Neo dodges the bullets by bending backwards as the camera rotates around him. To achieve this effect, most of the event had to be shot on a green screen in studio. A total of 120 still cameras and 2 film cameras were used to film this one shot, with the images stitched together like animation cells. Likewise, while Keanu Reeves is an incredible human being, even he needed wires to bend that way regularly.
How did you do that?
Do what?
You moved like they do. I've never seen anyone move that fast.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Banshee Flight. Avatar. Avatar in general has tons of special effects.
I may not be much of a horse guy, but I was born to do this.
We could have talked about just about any scene in the movie, since most of them are achieved using VFX. But the one with the most striking differences behind the scenes is the mountain banshee flight scene. In the movie, Jake Sully and Neytiri bond while flying on flying creatures nicknamed banshees.
First flight seals the bond. You cannot wait. Think, fly!
Fly?
These airborne predators are impressive and majestic in flight. However, it's quite a contrast to see the actors in motion capture suits straddling complicated rigs while wearing wires and being supported by crew members. Maybe Jake's not so skilled at riding one after all.
Oh, shit!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.